Hey everybody, welcome back to our podcast. I'm David from the podcast team at I-Fal, the English learning app. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Grab your coffee, relax, and let's talk about some cool news in easy English. Ready? Let's go. First up, music fans. Singer Ben Zur just released the first part of his new album called Havaya, which means being in Hebrew. He already did 3 sold-out shows at the Menorah Arena, so people are excited. In this part of the album, there are 3 new songs. One is called Dati Lefi Da'ati, religious in my opinion. Ben wrote and composed this song with Ron Bitan and Eden Hassan, and Maor Shitrit produced it. The second song is Ahavat Hashem, love of God. Ben wrote it with Asaf Kaplano, Eliran Eliyahu, and Omri Dahan, and Omri and Eliran produced it. The third song is the title track, Havaya, and he created it with Ariel Eden, produced by Alon Peretz. We'll get the second part of the album next month. I like how Ben Zur mixes old and new sounds, and he writes about personal things. It feels real, and it's easy to sing along. I know many of you listen to Hebrew music and want to catch some English songs too. So next time you listen, try to see how he uses simple words in deep ways. It's a nice practice for our vocabulary and listening. Now, let's talk about Eurovision drama. You might remember Noam Batan, one of our talented songwriters. He worked on the Israeli song for Eurovision this year. But there was a little fight about credits. After Noam got the song, he added some lines in French, and then he asked to add his name to the writing team. 2 other writers, Tizlil Klifi and Nadav Aharoni, did not like that idea at first. They felt it was sudden. In the end, though, Noam got his credit. He stood up for himself in a professional way, and he made the writing team respect his work. From this story, I think we learn something about teamwork and respect. In any group project, someone can bring a small but important idea. We need to say thank you and respect that. If you ever work with friends on a school project, remember to agree on your roles and to add everyone's name. Next, a music cover story. Singer Kfir Ben Lish just renewed a classic song by Yehonatan Geffen and Mati Kaspi called Daka Dumia, A Minute of Silence. In an interview with 103 FM, he told Iris Cole that he first met Mati Kaspi many years ago. He remembered that meeting, and it gave him courage to do the new version. He said that he wanted to keep all the feeling that Mati had in the original chords and melodies. He tried to make a fresh sound, but he honored the old song's spirit. I love it when younger artists bring back old songs, because it helps us connect to our culture and history. And as English learners, we can think about how we also sometimes use old vocabulary with new style. When you speak, you can mix known phrases with new words, and it makes your English more colorful. Now, let's switch to something practical for your online shopping. The Israeli finance minister, Bezalel Smotrich, plans to raise the VAT exemption threshold for packages from abroad. Right now, if you buy up to $75, you don't pay VAT. He wants to increase that to $200. So soon, more of our packages will be tax-free, which means lower costs and faster delivery. The new rule may start next week, and the tax authority is already preparing for a busy time because many packages are on the way now. For all of us who love shopping online, especially from the US and Europe, this is great news. You can save money on clothes, gadgets, or books. Just remember, the new rule may have some details and limits. I suggest you check the updates on the tax authority website before you shop. It's good practice to read simple official texts in English or Hebrew. That way you learn new words and stay informed. Finally, a quick look at the business world. And Bradstreet, a big company that studies markets, just published its ranking of the top 25 law firms in Israel for 2026. The top 3 spots go to Meitar, Herzog, and Goldfarb. They have strong teams and a lot of big clients. Another firm, Piron, gets praise for gender equality. They have almost the same number of men and women partners. The list also shows which firms improved and which technologies make lawyers more efficient. For example, some firms use artificial intelligence tools to review contracts faster. Why is this interesting for us? Well, first, it shows how careers change with technology. If you ever want to study law in English, you can see what new terms you need, like partner, client, or due diligence. Also, you learn about work culture and equal opportunities. We can talk about it in our next English class. What jobs do we want in the future, and how can we prepare with good English skills? All right, that's all for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed these stories in simple English, and I hope you picked up a few new words and ideas. Thanks for listening, and I really enjoyed helping you learn some English today. Don't forget to check out the I-Fal app, where you can get every lesson for only 20 shekels per lesson. See you next time, and keep practicing your English.